Hello out to all you wonderful people. This is Andre the Game, my dear guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear, listening in to another Pitch for Switch discussion. And this I'm going to be talking about UFC yet again, but not UFC fitness like I did in the last video. This time I'm going to be talking about UFC combat, which would be very similar in essence to UFC fitness. You could probably even combine the two concepts into one thing, but in the idea of thinking, hey, this is something that would be very marketable, we can make more money off of it, and adding it in this way, having one that's dedicated to the workout portion and one that's dedicated to the combat and competitiveness of the sport might be a good idea to separate the two. But yeah, again, you could put them together as one whole complete package, but they are still two separate ideas. Now, honestly, it should be very simple. If anybody's listened to that video previously, then you'll understand exactly where I'm coming from. Where you can have the gloves and then like some ankle straps that hold Joy-Con controllers. EA, again, could work out a deal with Nintendo where the game comes with two Joy-Con controllers in the packaging. Again, this would make a lot of money for EA and Nintendo, and it would be a great idea. And they could easily up the price to $80 because it comes with the Joy-Con controllers. No one's going to complain about that because they're getting two additional controllers with the game. They'll look at it as if, okay, the game is $60 and I'm paying $10 each for these additional controllers. It was a concept that Nintendo used quite a bit with the Wii, where they would package in Wii remotes with other games. Like, Wii Play. I think Wii Party had an additional Wii remote in it. At one point, Skyward Sword came with an additional Wii remote. It was a gold one. So again, not a horrible idea to go ahead and do that. It's just a marketing practice. But hey, you can go ahead and put this in there and then have people fight against simulator versions of different UFC stars that they know of. It doesn't necessarily have to be the whole roster. But I think the whole roster would be a good idea, just simply because it gives more options, and then everybody has different styles of fighting. They have different moves. I know it would be something that would be expensive to put together, and it would take a lot of time to do capturing and figuring out how to get it all together, but it's not like, they haven't done motion capture on these people before. And there's probably not a whole lot that they would have to change up. So I think that having it set up where you could have like this generic coach that you work with who is supposed, and they could give it even a story. Like the story is you're just this up and coming person trying to get into UFC, trying to learn and get yourself worked out and build yourself up to be able to take on top ranked competitors. Obviously, it's a video game, so it's not going to be the same as actually fighting any of these people, just to let people know you are not going to take these people down in an actual fight, because the game wouldn't be able to do as much as an actual person would be able to do, because we're not going to be doing downs and ground and pound and type stuff like that. It'll be too difficult to simulate that. But if you wanted to simulate it in a standing format where you are just going toe to toe with them, that's more reasonable. And it's easier to make sense of. And I think that would actually be very popular and be pretty cool. I know I would enjoy something like that. I would be all over it. Ready to play that and work myself out. But at the same time, you feel that competitive spirit of taking on somebody else. And on top of that, they could make it competitive to the point where you're playing against other people, where you don't have to be right on top of the other person. And this would be a great way to get out aggression and anger dealing with other people that it'd be a good way to settle disputes, which was one thing that I've known that people have done with Wii Sports Boxing, where families would have arguments with each other and they'd be mad and be like, you know what, let's take our anger out on the game. Let's play the game and take our anger out on that. Have a good time, get that frustration out, and actually enjoy it, and then resolve the issue. That's something that they could do with this. And I'm like, you are missing the mark here. There's so much you guys could do that you are leaving sitting on the table. There's money there for this type of thing. And it would be great for counseling, Great for people's like people with anger issues and that sort of thing. It would be a good way to help people resolve negative emotions with each other. Whether you're playing right there in front of the other person or you're playing online with each other, I think that this would work. But again, that's just my thought process and looking at things from outside of the box in a way that I know that it's not really being done right now. But that's it for this. There's not a whole lot more to talk about it, but I just thought that this would be a cool idea. So thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me. And until the next time, enjoy your games and peace out.